It's Entertainment Schmig.
And it's brought to you by Plaza Motors.
The only thing I have left to do for the last time on a television program, thank you and good night.
That's how Letterman closed out the show last night. Foo Fighters ending the whole thing. Trivia night, they are technically Letterman's final guest as they played him off. They dressed up for the occasion, Dave Grohl and the guys wearing tuxedos to play David Letterman's favorite song, Everlong. We talked about it yesterday when the news broke late yesterday morning that Foo Fighters would be performing on the show, even though no one would confirm it. My bet was on Everlong because when Dave returned from quintuple bypass surgery 15 years ago, remember when he was gone for like 5 weeks? Foo Fighters' first musical guest back on the show, and Dave introduced them by saying, "Here is my favorite band playing my favorite song," and they played Everlong then. So it seems fitting that they would play him off. You only saw the band for a second though, because then they just had highlights from the last 3 decades of Letterman and all the guests and all the goofy stunts that he did.
The musical performances on Letterman throughout the years. I mean, think about the void that's going to create, because he really did like quirky music and had a lot of bands on that not other talk shows would ever have had on.
I posted a video yesterday on Twitter. If you follow me at Y98Jen, I'll put it up on Y98's website too. But I never realized this. Dave's obsession with drums. And maybe that's why I liked Foo Fighters so much. Dave Grohl, a drummer turned frontman. But they have this montage. Somebody put together a montage of Dave saying, "Nice drums. Nice drums. Are those yours or rentals? Nice drums. Nice drums." Every time a band finished and he would walk off on stage to shake their hands and say goodnight, he would make a comment about the drums. It's this super mix of Dave saying nice drums. Weird. He had a bunch of stars on last night, too, to do his top 10 list. And we'll play that, I think, a little bit later on in the show. Top 10 things I've always wanted to say to Dave. Alec Baldwin, Barbara Walters, Steve Martin, Jerry Seinfeld, Jim Carrey, Chris Rock, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Peyton Manning, Tina Fey, and Bill Murray. In that order, doing the top 10 list. And all the living presidents also did a little tribute. They started with the late President Gerald Ford, and then it ended with President Obama.
My fellow Americans, our long national nightmare is over.
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 Our long national nightmare is over. Letterman is retiring.
You're just kidding, right?
Letterman walks into the last frame like, "Hey, come on." And his final monologue started, he can't even let it go in the final episode. Of course, Jay Leno did not make an appearance, but...
Yeah, I don't blame him. Why would he?
Letterman had to address it.
It's his last show.
It is.
It's not about Jay.
I get it. I get it. Well,
if Dave wanted it to be part of the deal.
It wasn't, but it was.
I want to tell you one thing. I'll be honest with you. It's beginning to look like I'm not going to get the Tonight Show.
One last joke for old time's sake.
Great.
Come on. Oh, goodbye, Dave. We'll miss you. Rebel Wilson, lying about her age. According to an Australian newspaper, they say she's 35, not 29. Yeah, welcome to Hollywood. Everybody lies about their age. Ryan Seacrest, I'm looking at you. But they also say she's lied about her past. We interviewed her, and when we looked at her bio, interesting. All of her brothers and sisters have wild names. They were raised for a while on this hippie commune. They say that her real name's Melanie Elizabeth Bounds and that she just grew up in the burbs, living a normal existence. Her real name is not Rebel Wilson. She did respond, though. She said, "All right, it's true. All jokes aside now, my real name is Fat Patricia." But according to records from Australia, her real name is Melanie. And her real birthday is March 2nd, not February 3rd. Really big scandal. Actresses and actors lie about their age all the time.
I get lying about the year, but the month? What?
And who cares?
That's funny.
29 and 35. I mean, would that have helped her get more parts? Not
I don't
being
know.
her true age?
Maybe.
Maybe in the future.
I think she lied about the month so they wouldn't be able to find her records, right?
Yeah.
You go look under the day.
Wouldn't you move it further away? Take a July,
October.
maybe.
Right, yeah.
Really? Listen to us, experts at moving months and hiding identity. Show's going to disappear one day. What happened? I thought it was Phillips and Company. Never was.
Just know my last name will have a van in it somewhere.
That's right.
Van something.
Listen, the only one on the show with a fake name, no one pronounces it or spells it correctly anyway. So
We'll give it up.
I would like to.
All right.
Rolling Stone did a survey for the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Haha, this is very easy. It's got to be Terminator, Terminator 2, in that order.
Predator?
Terminator 2 was number 1. Predator, thank you, number 2. And the original Terminator, number 3.
Twins in there?
It's number 10.
Danny,
That's sad.
what's his name?
DeVito?
Yeah, that's Entertainment Schmig. More at 8:40 and online at y98.com.